Hey guys, wanted to make another update for you. Today is Tuesday the 16th. I've been back from the clinic almost a week now. Tomorrow it'll be 1 week that I've been back. But I just got some more test results back. Some of them take a little bit longer to come back than others. And the one that I just got the results of was my GI map test. And this shows the different levels of bacteria in your gut. And, opportunistic bacteria versus what levels of good bacteria you have versus fungus and like protozoas, like worms and stuff like that. And mine was lit up like a Christmas tree. So going all the way back, when I first started working with Dane, he's freaking fantastic. And he had me do this test. And I had a little bit of dysbiosis with, I think, like 2 different bacterial pathogens, okay? Immediately started taking wild oil of oregano, GI Microbe X, some monolaurin, a couple of the things. I was doing kefir. And within like 2 weeks, first of all, I had horrible die-off. I felt like crap for a little while, but within like 2 weeks, I was feeling fine. Then I was an idiot, ate some things I shouldn't have eaten when I wasn't quite ready, and in June, I got a Klebsiella infection. It was Klebsiella and Pseudomonas. This was last year. So no big deal. Got on again some stuff, cleaned it out. In October, when this whole thing hit me with the fistula, I went on my first round of antibiotics. I hate antibiotics because it was antibiotics that put me here in the first place, the Accutane. And I knew that it was going to cause some problems, but I needed to try to take care of the fistula. Thanksgiving felt like crap. Christmas time really went downhill. That's when things got terrible. My mom came and lived with me for a while. I had to go back to my GI doc, and he put me on prednisone and another round of antibiotics and the Entyvio. And now I am in such a horrible state. My gut is so messed up. It's going to take months to kill out this bad stuff and repopulate it with good stuff, of me being super diligent. And I want to just kind of break down why that happened. So if you think about what your gut is, it's a whole bunch of bacteria that eat the things that pass through your digestion that we can't break down, like plant fibers and things like that. And some of them help and support your intestinal microbiome, like some of them make short-chain fatty acids, some of them help break down and give you like vitamin K and vitamin B12 and things like that. And other ones are meant to be kept in check, like C. diff, for example. That's one of the really bad ones that can cause all kinds of trouble, elongate your mucosal lining and everything like that. When you get a bad bacteria in your gut, your body increases inflammation to send T cells and lymphocytes and all kinds of things to that area, because it's like, we've got a problem here. It's kind of like when you cut your arm. If you get a cut and it gets infected, what happens? It swells up and there's pus. That's your body sending white blood cells and all kinds of things, macrophages, all kinds of stuff, to get rid of that infection, to kill that bacteria. You need your body to swell up. Inflammation is a good thing. But our doctors in the GI field believe that inflammation is the problem. And so while in January I had an infection, they put me on a really strong one. It's called metronidazole. It's one of the stronger, I think it's Flagyl is the street name, but super strong. So, wipes out everything. Now, if you think about a forest, okay, if you cut down all of the trees and leave it sit, what happens? A bunch of little weeds and undergrowth and all kinds of stuff that was not there before is what grows back. It doesn't turn back into the forest that you had overnight. You have messed up that ecosystem, and the things that are opportunistic are going to grow back the fastest. The exact same thing happens in your gut. When you take antibiotics, it wipes out everything, okay? Especially really strong ones like metronidazole or Bactrim, whatever. That's why they're called broad-spectrum antibiotics. They kill everything. Good guys, bad guys, whatever. And so then what you eat afterwards, fermented foods, probiotic supplements, things like that, put new bacteria in there, as well as just the environment. There's bacteria all over the place. If I stick my hand in the dirt and put my hand in my mouth, there's going to be bacteria on there. Pet a dog, so on and so forth. And then what we eat, fiber, prebiotics, and sugars is going to determine what stuff gets fed. If you eat a whole bunch of sugar, that's going to feed some of the guys that are not too good. They're going to repopulate too fast. I've been really strict on my eating, and I still got a crazy overgrowth of these bad guys. And so here's what happened. So January, I took my second round of antibiotics, wiped everything out again. But this is where things get worse. On top of taking the antibiotics, I also took prednisone. I was talking a second ago about how inflammation is a good thing. What does prednisone do? It blocks your body's inflammation. it stops your body from being able to produce, it actually increases cortisol, which helps lower inflammation levels. So even though I felt better because I wasn't inflamed, I was actually absorbing some of the nutrients, the bacteria that were out of whack were able to freely go because my body's defense system, the inflammation and all the different mucus and things and the blood cells and that it would typically send there to fight the bad guys, was gone. I am medically suppressing that and stopping my body from working the way God intended it to, and I'm getting some relief. But when I came off the prednisone, everything started going to heck. I've got a graph of my bowel movements increasing in lockstep with as I decreased my prednisone, and it makes perfect sense. The third thing that made it even worse is I started Entyvio. Entyvio is a specific biologic drug that's over $7,000 a month, and what it does is it stops your intestine's ability to receive the inflammation marker TNF-alpha that's floating around in your body. So what we have here is basically we wiped out the forest and just cut everything down to nothing, okay? Which allows bad guys to grow back and bad stuff to happen. Then we prevented my body from its natural response to trying to kill off any of the bad guys in two very strong ways, prednisone and this extremely strong chemotherapy class drug, Entyvio. And what happened? Chaos, okay? So I'm saying all this because the doctors, I think, mean well. And they genuinely are doing what they think is in the best interest of the patient. But you need to take control of your health. You need to figure out what it is that is causing you the issues and everything like that. If I would have just listened to the doctors by now, this is the same thing that happened to me like 10 years ago. If I would have listened to the doctors by now, I'd be sitting and I'd be crapping into a bag and I would have my colon removed because they can't fix it. Now that I see that my GI map is all lit up like a Christmas tree and I have a whole bunch of infections, I can start to kill them. There's a whole bunch of herbs and natural things that will kill off these infections. God made everything pretty amazing. He says, I give you every herb for medicine, right? Every plant-bearing seed for food and every herb for medicine. There's all kinds of crazy medicinal properties in herbs that will kill this. And we've done it before. This is the third time now that I've had a crazy, not this is the worst, but it's the third time now that I've had an infection that I'm going to have to kill. And I know we can do it. And as we kill off the infection and repopulate with the good bacteria, then my ecosystem will be natural and healthy and ready to be vibrant and start growing again. So anyways, this video kind of turned into a little bit of a rant. I apologize about that. But that's what's been going on with me. So I've got a long road ahead of me. I just actually got bought out of my company. So I am not working. I'm unemployed. And my sole job, my full-time job, is focusing on healing myself. And it's a good thing because I've got a long road ahead of me. This is not going to be easy. This is not going to be quick, but it's going to be worth it. Because someday I'm going to have full health, better than I've ever had before, and God's going to use this in a way to bring glory to himself, as well as, I think, help heal a whole bunch of other people. This has definitely created a little bit of a fire in me to do whatever I can, because if I can figure this out with God's grace, then I want to help everybody else figure this stuff out, because it's no fun to live like this, and there is better options out there. So thanks again for watching. I will chat with you guys later on. Send me a text, send me an email, put a comment if you have any questions. Love to talk with you and answer this stuff.